I'm going to say this again and again and again until the Leafs get it. When you have weapons from the point, they have a system set up, and you can see the play, the Victor Hedman slap shot on the power play. You've seen it. A couple times it's led to a goal. And all he does is keep it low, and it's like a laser beam. Someone tips it, it goes through Carey Price's glove, except sometimes it hits him in the chest or whatever. But every single time within 3 seconds of that faceoff, they win the faceoff, Winger gets it, throws it back to Hedman, uncovered, shot at the net, and it goes through. It usually hits Price. Usually. When can we expect that in Toronto? When can we expect to have a defenseman? Listen, this is a nice thing to actually ask about, because in Toronto for the longest time, what we were asking for was defenseman. Just any guy who could shut down a play. Can we get now? Yeah, since we're moving up in the world, can we get now a guy who can play defense, play a little bit of offense, shoot from the point on the power play? Can we do that?
You move Morgan Rielly to get the next guy.
The more I think about it, the more it makes sense, right? But here's the problem with Toronto. We know this management group is very smart, but they are kind of dumb about the guys they love. Like you saw, and I saw Morgan Rielly with Cody Ceci for an entire season, and they defended that. Cody Ceci went on to have a great year in Pittsburgh because they put him in a role that works for Cody Ceci.
So there was an interesting debate.
Wanted to call itself a Stanley Cup contender with Cody Ceci and Morgan Rielly as their top defensive pair. That's what the Leafs tried to sell you on. And they sold me down the river on it. I'm mad, okay? They tried to sell you on that. Don't let them do that again. Big move on defense this offseason, please.
Also follow their actions and not what they say.
Right, yes, of course.
Their actions, the whole COVID bubble year, whatever you want to call it, was it was Bradley Cooper on the phone in The Hangover going, guys, we effed up.
Yep.
It was. They lost to David Ayres, who saved the Leafs. Literally the savior of the Leafs, losing that game. Because the next day, trade deadline, awful quiet. Awful quiet. They don't do anything. It allowed them to get Bogosian the next year, because surely he would have joined the team that year, which was the plan, and been like, oh, these guys are terrible. Now he might, he was good. He might actually come back. They brought in a high school student to try to motivate the team in the bubble. Like it was all very bad. If we are moving on here, because I will relate this back.
Okay. Paul
McFarland is now joining the Seattle Kraken's coaching staff. He's joining Dave Haxtell. So Haxtell used to be an assistant coach for the Leafs. I think they were assistants together.
They were under Babcock and Keefe.
Okay, so McFarland did the power play.
Mm-hmm.
Haxtell did the penalty kill. So they worked very close together. McFarland, we were excited about in Leafland because he came from Florida, and they had a top 5 power play. They were assassins. They were great. He comes in, they start hot, and then fall into the toilet. And then this year, Paul McFarland. By the way,
can I just throw this out there? He left before the end of last season.
He did. It was very odd. I don't know if he was in the bubble, but he committed to leave whenever the season was done. It was very confusing. Anyway, Manny Malhotra joins, and Paul McFarland, you look like a bum because look how good our power play is, and then it falls in the toilet again. And at what point is it not the coach?
Oh, it's clearly not the coach.
At what point
clearly not the coach?
Is it not the coaching? And the only pushback I got about that was, why can't it be both? Well, surely it could be. But this is now, I believe, the third guy to run the power play. Randy Hillier, Paul McFarland, and now Manny Malhotra. And there could be a different guy next year.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking score, for the love of God. And like the no slap shots thing, like, do we all think Morgan Rielly can't?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he can. Do we all think TJ Brody can't? I'm pretty sure he can. Do we all think Jake Muzzin? Well, we saw him. We know he can.
We know he can.
Sandin, I'm pretty sure he can. I'm pretty sure NHL players know how to take a slap shot. But I have a hard time It's very confusing because different players, different personnel, different coaches, same result. But it almost seems like a team mandate. We don't take slap shots on the power play.